Nokia out with its second quarter results overnight. The network infrastructure company has recently doubled down on its push into North America with a $2.3 billion acquisition of telecom equipment maker Infinera. Joining us right now from Finland is Nokia's president and CEO, Pekka Lundmark. And Pekka, first of all, thank you for being with us. You had earnings that were out earlier today. There was a significant drop in the numbers. As a result, the stock is down by about 5.33%. You are just off of a call where you were telling investors that you do expect to see things picking up in the second half. What makes you think that?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me. The drop in earnings in Q2 was very much driven by the decline in top line. Our top line was down 18% year over year. But the important thing is that was 3/4 of that was driven by India, where the 5G rollout peaked in the second quarter last year. Now, when we look at our order intake, we have seen positive momentum for the last 3 quarters. So we've been building our order backlog, and hence we are expecting that we will return to significant top-line growth in the second half of the year.
Pekka, let's talk a little bit about what Nokia is, because there are a lot of Americans who still think of it as a mobile phone maker. You worked there, I think, from 1990 to 2000. You helped build this Finnish company into the top mobile phone maker in the world. When you left, it had a market cap, I think, of about $250 billion. You came back in 2020 to help guide this company. It's a very different company, a much smaller company than it had been before, maybe a tenth of the market cap that it used to have, and it operates pretty differently. Why don't you tell people who aren't as familiar what Nokia does at this point?
Well, the interesting thing is about Nokia is that we are the only company in the world outside of China that is able to deliver all key parts of the network infrastructure that is needed. The core network software, transport network, all the optical connections, and then both fixed broadband and mobile access networks. There isn't anybody else. And why is this important? When everybody's talking about cloud and AI and the importance of those two, what I'm saying is that without cloud, without an investment in networks, you will not be able to reap the benefits of cloud or AI. The third component, a high-quality network, will always be needed, and that's where Nokia comes in.
So you make things like 5G antennas, but also the broadband, fiber optic broadband technology, which is so key to all of this stuff. You've said that the United States is your most important market right now. How are things going with that? What are you doing? What are you involved with here?
The U.S. market for us has been down in the past couple of years, but now there's a lot of signs of recovery. Just as one example, we are the clear market leader in the U.S. in broadband. So clearly over 50% of the U.S. fiber to the home connections run on Nokia. Pretty much, if not all, but probably 70% of the phone calls in the U.S. touch a Nokia equipment at some point of time. We are a strong player in pretty much all the carriers' networks, in AT&T, in T-Mobile, in Verizon, and in very much also in some of the Tier 2, Tier 3 operators.
Infinera, we've talked about this. It's a $2.3 billion acquisition of a U.S.-based company. What is this? Because we look at it as kind of doubling down. What will this do for your business? Why did you make this acquisition?
It will give us the needed scale in optical communications technologies. Optical communications is increasing in importance in pretty much everywhere in the network infrastructure. One of the things that is driving this market is the huge data center investment boom that is driven by the AI applications. Infinera has a strong position in data centers. That exposes Nokia much more than before to the significant growth center segment. And in addition to that, Infinera, obviously being an American company, further strengthens Nokia's position in North America.
Just in terms of you being convinced that you are looking for a turnaround in the second half, is that because of orders you already have booked? What gives you that confidence?
Well, I mean, the confidence is pretty strong because we have now had 3 quarters of strong order intake, starting from Q4 last year, and this continued the first quarter and the second quarter of this year. And the pipeline of new opportunities continues to be good. We have won significant new orders and new customers during the first half of the year. So the confidence has been building throughout this first half of the year.